Hi everyone, I'm Geshan Kolomatantri, the Information Systems Manager for Gesco Supermarkets, UAE. This presentation is on the business plan of the proposed Smart Shopping Trolley Implementation Project. So let's have a look at the contents first. It will contain an introduction to the Smart Shopping Trolley, required infrastructure, risk and benefits, impact on business functions of the company, cost and benefits, cost and benefit analysis, sensitivity analysis, conclusions and recommendations. The introduction. A smart shopping trolley is a tablet computer connectable shopping trolley. The basic functions are scanning and billing products as the customers shop, display of ingredients quantities required once a recipe is entered into the touchscreen, locating required products, pay and check out without waiting in queues. The RFID technology or the radio frequency identification is the mechanism behind smart shopping trolley. Radio frequency identification is the wireless use of electromagnetic fields to transfer data for the purpose of automatically identifying and tracking tags attached to objects. The tags contain electronically stored information of all aspects of the product. How is RFID now being used in retail? At present, RFID tags and systems are relatively costly and are not yet found on inexpensive items. However, some interesting retail pilot projects are already underway on the aspects of continuous live storage inventory and simultaneous one-shot scanning of goods at the cash of this RFID technology. According to Mark Robetti of the RFID Journal website, RFID is not just for big companies. And according to RFID Adoption Heats Up article of Samuel Greengard in the RFID Journal website, the technology is now on the steady path to adoption. Quite interestingly, Intel has already unveiled Intel Retail Sensor Platform, which is an RFID based system designed to make retail radio frequency identification developments easier. It is worth noting the current trends of the supermarket industry, which encourages the implementation of the RFID technology. According to the recent studies, the consumers are getting increasingly comfortable with the idea of shopping online for groceries, and also they have a seemingly increasing hunger for information of the products they purchase. So let's now have a look at the requirement of the infrastructure for this project. We will need a wireless network, RFID readers and scanners, transaction processing system which we already have, and the database as well, tablet computers or smart screens to be affixed to the trolleys, checkout kiosk or the RFID gates, management information system. So how will all this infrastructure put the smart shopping trolley into action? The trolleys will be equipped with the RFID readers and the tablet computers or smart screens. The smart screen will provide the customers the function of having an electronic shopping list. As the customer starts shopping, the RFID reader automatically scans everything that is put in or taken out of the cart, keeping an up-to-date list of the items. The customer can see this list in the display and is constantly aware of the total value of the content. Customers can also use the display for requesting discount offer information, additional product information, help from personnel, estimated arrival dates of products that are out of the stock. It's seemingly an endless list. The smart screen will store navigation according to the shopping list of the customer and will continuously monitor of the shopping cart's total value. As the customer finish shopping, the customer will reach at the checkout kiosk or the RFID gate, where all the contents of the cart will be scanned at once. The customer can proceed to payment through several options. Credit card payments can be done through the provided tablet computer or the smart screen, or the customer can pay through the checkout kiosk using the VIP smart cards which we are going to provide to the customers. All the bill information will be recorded in our transaction processing system, and thereby it will go to the database and the management information systems as well. The new software system then will interface automatically with the management information system to automatically update the inventory, which will eventually get notified to the suppliers of the particular products. The stored data of the management information system will be used as deemed necessary to generate all the required reports of the company. Analyzing market trends will be one key aspect of these reports. Going with the nature of any new venture, the smart shopping trolley will also have its own risks and benefits. The risk will include customer resistance due to complexities of the system or poor knowledge of the customer. Coming along with that one, the lower than expected customer volume growth, staff resistance to change due to job threats to the staff, high maintenance costs than we assume, and the benefits. The benefits will include increase in customer base and revenue, enhanced brand image, reduced staff. The staff could be the cashier staff and the inventory, the stock staff, continuous live storage inventory, and the visibility from production to checkout of the products, better chance for customers to buy what fit them most and save their money. Customers get a real-time shopping experience and save their time. The implementation of this smart product will affect the business functions of the company. It will affect all the four main business functions of the company. It will be the production, HR, finance and marketing. When we first look at the production, the product packagings will require to contain RFID tags, and on this subject we will have to come into conclusions with our suppliers, enhance stock or inventory management, increase production due to growth in sales. As we move on to HR, the staff reduction and relocation will be required. Staff will have to be reduced from cashier's department and stores. New recruitment of IT personnel will be required, and staff training will have to be conducted to give the knowledge on the new technology to all the staff. The impact on finance: there will be definitely increased sales revenue, reduced staff cost, allocation of funds for capital cost of the SST or the smart shopping trolley project, provisioning for maintenance cost. And finally, the marketing aspect. Customized product promotions can be done through the smart screens provided to the customers as they shop, and the new advertising campaign for the pioneering of this project will be required. As we now move on to the financial aspect of this new project, the cost to incur: the tablet computers and other IT hardware costs, new software system cost, wireless system, maintenance cost, advertising cost for the new product, IT personnel, recruitment and staff training cost. And the benefits in terms of financial aspect will be the customer volume growth, which will in turn contribute in an increased sales revenue, and the staff cost reductions, which will be considered as cost savings, and as we discussed, that's through the cashiers and stores department. Here we move on to the most important financial model of our business plan. We have assumed the business functions of the pilot project for a period of over 6 years. The capital cost will be $200,000 and the cost of capital will be considered as 10%. Existing revenue of the company is $200,000 per annum, and we are expecting a 40% growth in the first year and 10% year-on-year growth afterwards. Maintenance cost is 10% year-on-year, and cost savings on the first year will be 10,000 and 15,000 fixed afterwards. Further workings and calculations are included in the Excel model provided to you together with the handout. So here we arrive at interesting figures. At the end of 6 years period, our net present value will be approximately $188,000, which makes the project viable, and the internal rate of return will be 35%, which is above our cost of funds, and still it makes the project viable. And the payback discounted period will be 3 years and 1 month only, and the profitability index will be 1.94%. So our base scenario suggests that this project is viable and will gain profits to the company. However, coming into reality and assuming that the business will not function exactly as we assume, we have conducted a sensitivity analysis where we have considered 3 scenarios on the basis of change of 3 different variables. Number 1 will be if the expected volume growth is 2%, which is 50% lower than the expected. On such circumstances, the net present value will be minus 30,000 approximately. The internal rate of return will be 5%, which is lower than the cost of capital, which was 10%. The payback discounted period will be more than 6 years, and the profitability index is 0.85, which is less than 1, and which makes the project leads the company to a disastrous situation, letting the company lose its capital. So the project is definitely not viable on these circumstances. On the second scenario, our variable is still the volume growth, which is 50% lower than expected, or which is rather 20%, but sharing the capital cost on 6 to 40% basis with the main supplier. In this situation, our net present value will be 49,874, which is positive. The internal rate of return is 22%, definitely above the cost of capital. The payback discounted period is 4 years and 2 months. It's again less than 6 years, and the profitability index is 1.42, which is more than 1, and it makes the project viable. On the third scenario, our variable is the maintenance cost. We have considered the maintenance cost to be increased by 200%. On this scenario, the net present value is 78,965, which is a quite positive figure. The internal rate of return is 22%, more than the cost of capital. The payback discounted period is 4 years and 4 months, less than 6 years, and the profitability index is 1.39. The project is viable. Finally, we arrive at the conclusions and recommendations based on the financial model and the risk and benefits of our business plan. The conclusions are: the project is definitely to enhance the customer service standards. It will help the company take a technological competitive advantage in the market. It will increase the profitability of the company and will lead the company towards an effective inventory management system. The recommendations are listed down here in order to minimize any possible risk and to maximize the benefits. Discussion and convincing suppliers for RFID tagging implementation. If volume growth is lower than expected, it is recommended to go for a supplier sponsorship. Market research is to be conducted to identify the best suited geographical locations for the implementation. Selection of a user-friendly software system is equally important. The example is Intel Retail Sensor Platform. Training the existing staff to use the smart trolley effectively is required. Golden handshake to excess staff or transfer among other departments and branches to increase productivity. Marketing awareness of a new smart trolley to benefit from early bird offers. Advantage and a loyalty point system for users and customers. And finally, bulk purchase discounts for the users of smart trolley system. Thank you.